this video, my number one Strat is going to have some TLC given to it. To be honest, I was going to do my white Strat first, but I had a bigger list of jobs to do on this guitar, and I kind of like playing this now. It's like my number one. So let's get into it. What we're going to do today is pop that there. We are going to install some new vintage style locking tuners. I'll put a link in the description. These are just from Amazon. Very important, vintage style, so I didn't have much choice. These are made by a company called Guyker. It's because of the size of the pole pieces, the poles, however you want to call them. Anyway, I think they're supposed to be 9mm, not 10. Details. Anyway, also, while we have the strings off, I'm going to do some electrical work as well. So what I'm actually going to need, I've got some pickup wire, because I'm going to do a modification. I'm going to wire up the middle tone control also to the bridge pickup, so I can control all three tones of all three pickups. So the strings will have to come off. The new locking tuners will go in. We'll open up the scratch plate and we'll put a jumper wire in. I'll put a link to the wiring diagram I'm going to use. We're going to need screwdrivers, wire clippers, string winding tool, feeler gauge, because I might also do a setup as well. I might not show you that because I already have a video on setting up Stratocasters. Long nose pliers, handy Allen key tool for guitars. It's got all the right sizes, especially for if you're doing the intonation. Various brushes, microfiber cloth, and most importantly, a cup of coffee, because it's going to be a nice, easy job. Right, let's get cracking. So first step is to detune the strings and then snip them off. So we can use this unwinding tool and clippers, okay? And we'll just get into it. Once I get the new strings on, then I'll do a setup. So it doesn't matter for now. I liked how it played before. There's just a couple of, I think there's like one dead fret I found playing it. And one of the saddles needs adjusting, but it doesn't matter. Right, once they're really slack, you can just grab all the strings and you can just snip it anywhere you want. Like up here. There we go. The horror. The horror. As all the guitarists say, why didn't you slacken it properly? Well, this is fine. I'm not going to keep the strings. These are old strings anyway. So, once you've done that, you take the strings out of the guitar. Flip it over so you'll be able to see. On a Strat, you can just move it sideways like this. Push it through, and you just pull them all out. Because I snipped it, these should just come straight out. No kinks or anything. There we go. Where are you hiding? There you go, got you out. And then just chuck them in the bin. We don't need them. Let's just have a little look in here to make sure everything's fine in the cavity. Let's have a look. What we got? They move fine. I think I already resoldered. Yeah, so that's a nice solder, look. So the earth's fine. Like I said, as well as doing the tuners, I'm just giving this guitar a once over, make sure everything's fine. It's not really set up for floating, but I think I might set it up for floating. So we'll do some adjustments here. So to make this bridge float, because I think I'm going to keep this in standard tuning instead of E flat from now on. I'm gonna use two Strats, one in E flat tuning for those kind of songs, like my own songs, and then standard tuning for playing covers. So I'll keep this standard, I think. So I'm gonna set this up so it floats. So to do that, you can just loosen up these screws, and it brings this claw that way, and it just means less tension on the spring. The strings pull the block out, and it starts to float. So We'll set that up later. Let's have a look. We've got some dings. Look at that one. It's called having children. Right. Everything else seems fine. The neck's fine, there's no damage on the neck. I like to go over everything just to make sure there's no new dings or cracks. And we're going to get these off. So the next step, we have to loosen these screws. Okay, and then these should just come straight out. Okay, so we'll do that next. So it's as simple as screwdriver, take off these screws. Try and get a screwdriver where the tip can fit through, because they put the screws in between the back of the machine heads. So we'll start with the outside one. Keep all the bits as well, because you never know, in case the new tuners don't fit or you don't like them. This is an experiment for me. I've heard mixed reviews on these tuners I've got. So I'm going to keep all these screws and these tuners in case they go back on. So, but like I said, this is my number one guitar. I've got lots of modifications on this guitar, so I like locking tuners. I felt was the next step, because I've already done the pickups. The bridge is already done. Come on. Well, this is where it's handy to have long nose pliers. So you can then pull, there we go, straight away. And they're magnetized. Yay, magnets for the win. So, and then that means this, carefully, should just come out. And I'm going to leave the collar in, because these new ones should fit. So this is what the machine head will look like. Okay? So this shaft fits inside a collar, and then you just turn it. The locking ones have a special locking screw on the back. So let's compare that with one of these. And then once I've done one, you don't have to see me do the rest. Well, let's have a look. Hope these fit. Need to find out. So these are actually not the same. There are some that go on the end. So this one has an end piece on it and the rest don't. So you need to find which one we need. It goes with the hole to the left, as it looks like. It looks like this. Yeah, and it should go hole on the left and the peg on the left. So we need to identify that one, which I believe is this one. There we go. Hey, looking good. Oh, straight away. That's a lot tighter. I like these. There was nothing wrong with these, but anyway. The shafts look the same length. But it doesn't matter, because these lock in a different way. You see, the vintage style tuners, the string goes through the top down into the shaft. See there? Whereas with these ones, you just feed it through and then you just lock it off with this. So imagine this is undone. The string goes through the hole and then you just tighten it up, snip it, and then just tune up. And that should be it. You shouldn't have to wind any strings. So anyway, does this come with screws? Does it not come with screws? We get 6 tuning pegs. We get collars. Oh, we get screws. I'll tell you what. I might use, let's see if the original screws fit. Yeah. Right, let's put this new one in. Oh, well, it fits. It fits indeedy. Oh. Let's screw this outer screw in. Now, you don't put these in. Will it go through? Oh, I don't think there is. No, the hole isn't right. So the hole isn't big enough for the screw. We have to use the screws provided. Okay then. So let's open that packet up. So we have to open this little packet with these little collars and these little screws. I'll just pour them out onto the table. Alright then. Does that mean they're going to be too small for the... Oh no. Oh. That's a fail. So the screws fit this. However, he drops it. It's alright. I know where it is. Basically a paperweight. Oh, right, let's see how we can do this. So, this screw is thicker than the new one. So that means the new screws don't go. They're too small for the holes. The holes are too big. They just come straight out. However, the old screw doesn't fit into the new tuners. So do I make the hole on the tuners bigger? Or do I redo all the holes on the back of the neck, on the headstock? Or do I just not bother? Oh wait, does it go? Oh, by George, we've got it. That's a bit of luck. Oh, you can make it fit. Right, okay. Let's try that. Oh, yes, we're on. Okay, ignore what I said. You can't... It will go through. Well, on this one it did. We can try the rest. So, don't tighten it up. Do it so you can move it, and then we put the rest in. Anyway, let me show you what they look like side by side. So here we go. There's the new one, the locking tuner with the locking piece. And there's the original. So in terms of the pegs, look, the buttons, they look almost the same. So that's good. So I'm not going to lose the visual vintageness, if you want to call it that way. Visually, it'll still look vintage. It's just it's locking. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do next is, now I know I can get these on, is I'm going to take all of these off and I'm going to clean the back of the headstock. What I use is just some baby wipes, but the water type baby wipes. They seem to be really good. And then dry it off with a cloth. So I've got a microfiber cloth. And then we'll get all the tuning pegs on. And then that should be that job done. And I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. Right. Okay. Let's get this job done. that. So before you tighten everything up, you leave it loose. So what you can do is you can move the tuning pegs to make sure they're all aligned. I mean, I think these will be slightly out just because they're, you know, the Amazon specials. The best thing to do is to get your tuning pegs all in a line. There we go. And then just check they're not majorly out. Well, they're pretty good to me. So now they're in place. Now we can just tighten up all of them. I think we're near enough. Bob on there. Initial turnings, they're a bit stiffer compared to the vintage ones, but I don't know how. I've read or I've seen videos, sometimes you can get one of these where you turn it and it just hasn't started the gear yet. So let's see how that is when I actually put strings on, because if that's the case, if it's too bad, I'll just take them straight off and I'll put the original ones back on. But I mean, I'd like to try locking tuners for tuning stability, just to see what it's like. I didn't have too bad of a problem before. The secret's in the bridge. I've got a Callahan stainless steel block 6-point, so it's nice. Stays in tune. Anyway, there we go. So the next job, while the strings are off, is we're going to clean all of this up. The body, the neck, scratch plate, and then we're going to take the scratch plate off and we're going to do some electrical work. Okay, so let's get cleaning. So the body and the scratch plate are now clean and spotless. All you need is just some water wipes and the end of a paintbrush. I find is great for the little nuts and crannies like underneath the saddles. So let's inspect this side. I know for a fact I'm having issues with the jack socket, so that just needs tightening up and looking at the soldering at the back. These pots need cleaning electrically and just the surface, as you can see. Because I'm left-handed, my arm's always on this tone control, so it's wearing away. A good thing to use for cleaning up little crevices like that is to get a toothbrush. Funny enough, you can get in there, right in there, clean all the dead skin off. Anyway, I'll do that in a second. Scratch plate's fine, the pickups are fine, they work. Yeah, if you can see here on the saddles, when we get to this part, the high E for me, they're quite uneven, so we'll do that part of the setup. We'll get the intonation and setup done. Get toothbrush in there. What you do is give an area a good clean, get your cloth, wipe it off. Right, let's look at the fretboard. Let's have a look, because my other Strat was dirty after years of playing. This one's not so bad, because I regularly clean this one. I use this stuff, Fast Fret, which is really good. After you play, put that on. Now let's have a look for fret wear. Now the usual place, and I can see it now. Boom, when we get here, the first fret. That's, yeah, not too bad. I can see on the second fret. So let's get a screwdriver. You can get a flat one. And what you can do if you're really, really gentle, because these are maple necks, you don't need to do it like a rosewood. You don't need any special chemical. You just lightly run down the sides of the frets, and this should get all of the dirt off. So that's the first step. Yeah, there's some here, look. Rub it, get it off. Just run up and down each fret, and then you just wipe it away. Now this is relatively clean. If you look at my white Strat video, that was filthy. That took a bit more cleaning. I think vinegar was involved. But anyway, let's have a look. So this fret's worn. Not a problem, no. Only for cowboy chords, same as the second fret. That's where I've done lots of open chords. But if we get down to the meaty end, so from my perception, this would be the high E string. That would be the low E string, this side. So I would expect there's some marks here. I mean, it's not bad. I haven't noticed playing it any scratching or anything, so it probably just needs a bit of a level and a polish. I mean, this guitar's from 2017, and I have used it every year, every day since then. So I would expect some new frets, but these are quite good. I'm impressed. My white one needs redoing at some point. It's not affected bending or anything yet, but right, on the whole pretty good. So I'm just going to go up and down each fret with this, wipe it off, and then I'll go back up and down with a toothbrush, and then I would call that a day on the neck and the fretboard. It's not too bad. All I've got to do when I string it up is just to put some graphite in here, or shavings from a pencil. This is a Tusk bone nut, so is it bone, Tusk? I don't know what it is. TUSQ. I've got a new one for my white guitar, so I'll tackle that later. Right, there we go. Lovely. Right, in a bit. So now we're going to take off the scratch plate and the input jack. So to do that, for both jobs, you're going to need a screwdriver. So let's tackle the input jack. I've just tightened up the nut on the input jack. It's difficult to get a socket in there, so I just use long nose pliers. You just put them on there and then you just turn. So that's an easy enough job. So I'm going to open this up, just make sure everything's fine. And then I'm going to spray the electrical areas with some contact cleaner. And then that should solve my jack issues. It was just probably because it was loose. In fact, let me go get a patch cable and make sure it all connects fine. Take off the screws there, put those to the side. Bring this up. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks fine. It's probably just because it was loose, but nevertheless, let me go get a patch cable. So the easiest thing to do is to get a patch cable, plug it in, and make sure everything connects well, okay? Which it does. It's not loose anymore now. That's in nice and snug. And then make sure I can pull it out. There we go. Oh, it's too snug now. And then these electrical areas here, just spray it with some contact cleaner. And that should be the end of that one. So that's a little bit of maintenance. So we don't damage the body. Let's put something around the body there. This stuff evaporates anyway, so it shouldn't cause any trouble, any issues. Like I said, spray it on, wait for it to evaporate, put it back in, I'll screw it on, then we'll get the scratch plate off. It's also a good habit when you take things off, just give the area where it's sat a good clean, because there will be a build-up of, you know, dead skin and dust and all sorts. You know, if you can see inside here, one of the mods I did when I first got the guitar was I put some electrical shielding tape inside, and somewhere under this piece there is a wire that goes from here inside to the scratch plate onto another piece of tape, and that's so it's to help, you know, with the interference and stuff and buzzing. I mean, it still buzzes because it's single coils, but it's not as bad as it was. It's like a type of shielding, but just got a roll of this tape off Amazon. Did all the inside of here and in there for some extra shielding, and then I got a wire, car wire. Everything else is fine. Yep, so back on. I think we're good with this. Hopefully this has solved everything. There we go. You've got to make sure the wires go either side of the little tongue piece. Right. Shiny, shiny, shiny now. Oh, product placement, Casio. Didn't realise. Right, once again, take your patch cable. Is it in? Does it wiggle? No. Pull it out. There we go. I've probably got these screws the wrong way around, doesn't matter. That one's got more wear on it. Toothbrush is your friend. Well, not my friend, because I'm British. Anyway. Little joke there. Right. Now, let's take off the scratch. To take off the scratch plate, you just need to undo these 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 screws. This is because it's supposed to look like a vintage 50s Stratocaster. I think the later ones came with 10 or 11. I'm not 100% sure. Like my white one has more screws. Anyway, no particular order. Let's get this scratch plate off, and then we can have a look underneath, do some soldering and some cleaning. Here we go. Now we can pop it off. Oh wow. Which way? This way. There we go. Lay this over there. Now I can see all the gubbins. So this is the inside of a 2017 made in Mexico classic player series. What's this? I don't remember that. Lovely. Hopefully where it's been on the tool. Yes, Seymour Duncan, legend. SSL 5, SSL 1, SSL 1. And what we are going to do today, ignore my shoddy soldering, I've gotten better, hopefully, is we are going to look at this switch here. And we are going to jump some terminals to the tone control. Now, if we get a screwdriver, I can show you. Oh, was that to remind me which one was the bridge? I think it was. Yeah. See, this was past me thinking about future me. So, here's the white wire. If you follow it through, I put some tape on so I knew which one was the bridge. Lovely. So that means this one is the bridge. And we need to link this control. Where is it? This control, the tone control. So that goes to here. If you follow it, we go from here all the way through to here. We need to link it from there to the spare part here on the switch. of just a little cable, jumping the two from here to here. So this effectively is for the bridge pickup, and it doesn't do anything to the tone control. So if you link it, you hop it onto here, it'll then go to the tone control. Then you can use the tone on the middle and the neck pickup. Lovely. And that's it. That's what we're going to do next. Oh, and clean up, obviously. All the dirt and grime under a scratch board for nearly 7 years. Yeah, here's the shielding I did. And, as you can see, so a good thing you can do is that red wire there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a red wire here. That was from the jack socket area. It feeds through the hole here, and then I taped it down. So it offers a bit more shielding. It links the two areas. There's nothing linking the two areas apart from that wire. So anyway, what we're going to need is some pickup wire. I'll probably use black, because black is for tone, looks like on this. And I'm going to jump these two together. Right, let's get cracking. Right, so the soldering iron's on. It's on about 375 degrees, which should be enough. We're going to take some of our black wire. We just need enough to loop these two together and not be in the way. So something like that. Now the good thing about pickup wire, if I get my tweezers, now the good thing about pickup wire is the sheathing can pull back, so you don't have to do any special you don't need any special tools to take off the sheathing. You just pull it back. Where are we? Like this, you just pull it back, and there it is. So just a little jumper loop like that, and that will go in there. Right, first job is to tin the wires. So once that soldering iron gets hot, we need to put a layer of solder on here. And this is going to be tricky without another pair of hands. Right, back in a moment. So here's my little makeshift holder. Yeah, maybe we should go on Amazon and buy a proper one. Right, let's get our soldering iron. Let's move my coffee out of the way. So, take some solder, heat up the wire, get it hot. There we go. Just a little bit. So there's some on that side. Turn this hole around. Oh, lovely sound. Turn this around. You tin it, so probably electrically it'll be a better connection, and it just makes it a bit easier trying to hold it and solder it at the same time. Right, come on. Let's pull this back. Oops. Right, trying to pull this back so there's enough. Right, let's have a go with this. Heat up the wire. There we go. Lovely. That's the easy bit. Yeah, that's the easy bit. Right. So now we have to move on to the switch. trying to get a good angle here to show you the switch, but essentially if you follow the black cable on this tone control, this side, this here on this tang to here, we're going to go from here to this open one here on the switch. Jump these two together. So we need to heat up the already existing tone. Just burnt myself there. Oh, get that nice and clean. So we'll do the difficult one first. That's what we do. So we get it nice and hot. Get this in there. Let go. We're on. Then bend this round underneath the bridge pickup wire. Feed it through into there. Pliers are your friend. Pliers are your friend. Give it a little bend. Now because I've tinned the wire, this should be nice and easy. There we go. Right. Get another piece, solder. Heat it up. And try and feed some solder in. There we go. Just run that on the sponge. Get all the excess bits of solder off. And then all you have to do, let it cool. Give it a tug. No, not going anywhere. Right, let me show you this then. Now I can show you a close-up of what I've done. So, from the tone control out to here, I've warmed up the solder and added 1/2 of the jumper cable. Focus. Anyway, it probably won't want to focus. And then from there we have the jumper cable underneath into this side. There's the solder there. So from there to here. And that's it. We should have control of the tone on the bridge pickup. So here and here and here are the potentiometers or pots. And these get dirty over time. So all you have to do for this bit of maintenance, take some switch cleaner, contact cleaner, and spray in all of the openings to the tone and to the pots. So I'm going to try and get in there. Oh. In there. There should be one either side. That's better. Right, and then in this one, where's the opening on the volume? To be fair, just spray everywhere. And then what you want to do is get on the side as well. Doesn't want to work upside down, does it? There we go. Right. And you do the same with the switch. So the selector switch, you give that a spray. And then this bit doesn't all drip all over the guitar, is you turn it over and you literally just turn all of the knobs 20 times. I can already feel the difference. That is smooth. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get the other tone control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have the selector switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it, that's your switch maintenance. You can already feel a difference there, gliding now. Right, now being very careful, and just lay this down. I should really get another cloth. Aha, I do. That's what I have this for. So lay that down on the other cloth. We've sprayed all the switches. We've cycled them a few times. I'm just checking the wiring. The wiring's fine. There's no issues. The earths are okay. Yeah, good. Just give this a clean up. And then we put the scratch plate back on. Okay, so see you in a moment. So yeah, we've put the scratch plate back on. There's no wires caught and trapped. You need to check that before you tighten down the screws. I don't need to take the neck off. I've already had this neck off once, a few years ago, doing the truss rod adjustment, which is here. I don't need to do it again. It's basically a set and forget, really. Once you've set it up to your playing style and your string height, etc., then there's no need to really touch it again unless you have any temperature problems, which I don't really have. So, job's good with that one. So yeah, just give it a little clean and then put all the screws back in, and then it will be time to put some strings on with our new locking tuners. I'm looking forward to that because it should be a nice quick job. But yeah, there's no set pattern to this. I like to do crossways, so I put one in to begin with here, hold it in place. And then put one on the opposite side. There'll be little flakes coming off because I've got the shielding underneath, and when you put the screws in it, it kind of tears it a little bit on the edges. So you just need to give it a wipe after you screw in sometimes. So yeah, I just do crossways and that's done. You don't need to see me do the rest. Right, so when you next see me, I should be putting strings on. So for restringing the guitar, I'm going to use my regular D'Addario XLs 10 through to 46. Got a fresh pack here. So all you have to do is turn the guitar over. I need to think about this because I string mine a little differently to everybody else. My low E string is actually going to go here, this side. In case any of you didn't realise, I am a left-handed guitar player, so I play my strats upside down. They give you some lovely colour codes here. Come in pairs. Right, so I'll just show you one. You guys know how to restring a guitar. So you take the low E string, which is the brass colour, according to the packet, plus it's the thickest, and you put it through where your low E string needs to go. So mine will be this side. Lift it up. Make sure it goes through the saddle and just pull it all the way through. I'm going to do that to all of them, and then when you next see me, we are going to put all of the strings through and try the new locking tuners. So the strings are on, well, at the bridge. There shouldn't be any messing about with this. So what you're supposed to do, here's the low E string for me, is you come up and you're supposed to feed it through the string tree. Pull it, make sure it's sat in the saddle, lock it off, so you turn this screw on the back and it will come up the shaft. Whoop. Oh. Wow, okay. Initial impression. Sorry, I got carried away there. You just lock it up. It on this particular one, it moves instantly. There's no slack in the gears. Well, I'll have to try all 6, but so initially pretty good. Yeah, and tightening up was fine. Yeah, like I said, all you do is you put it in, and then you just snip the wire. You don't need to wound around the post for this one. So you just do this, snip it, and we're done. Oh wow. So let's put the next one in. So again, feed it through. So this for me is my A string, my 5th string. Pull it, tighten up. Again. Tie it on, give it a snip. Oh, I could have done that a bit closer. Apologies. I'll have the string snipping police onto me. Ah, well, that'll do. Right, let's see how fast we can do all of these. If I had steady hands. Right, feed it through. Lock it off. Turn it a little bit. Just enough tension just so you can snip it and forget about it. There we go, that was closer. Right, that's the D string. Here's the G string. Pull it, lock it off. Oh, make sure it's sat in the bridge. Give it a snip. I'm fairly new with locking tuners, so there's probably things I'm doing wrong, but from what I've seen and what I've played, because I've played guitars with locking tuners, I just haven't owned any. From what I know, it's just as easy as this. That's why people get them. Bring this up, lock it off. Just enough to, well, and then finally the E string, high E string. Oh, get in there. Out. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about modern tuners is you get these sharp bits when you clip the string. On the vintage ones, they go through the piece, the pole piece, and then you don't get stabbed. Whereas like with acoustics, now you can get stabbed. Oh well, oh this isn't going in. What's wrong? Oh, have I not loose? No. Idiot. I bet it goes in now. Oh, maybe, there we go. I've got to remember to actually undo the screw first. I was like, why is this not happening? Right. And then we turn that. Make sure it sits on the bridge. That sounds to me like a C sharp flat minor 7. Right. Si, do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Anyway, Oh, lovely. Some progressive rock. Right, anyway. That's it. Done. That was quick. Oh, wow. All the strings on and tightened up. Right then. Next thing to do is to tune it up. See if it makes a noise. And then I can set it up. Right, so for the next bit, I shall see you at my pedal board with the tuner. So, we're going to go Strat, into my pedal board, into the tuner. We're not having the amp on at the moment. We're just going to go into the tuner. It's got power. There we go. We're going to set it to just regular guitar tuning mode. Let me grab a whammy bar. Don't need a string wind tool now, and a pick. Right. So. There's the guitar. Let's get a better view. So, let's put the whammy bar in, because that's the whole point. Locking tuners, so it should make the whammy bar better and stay in tune. Right, let's go through each of them. So far the machine heads, don't know if you can see, I'm going to put the so they're instant, there's no slack in the gears. Right, that's it. E, F, G, G. There's A. We'll do for now. That was A. So we've got a long way to go. C. Oh. D. That was D. There's G. So far, the tuners are nice and easy to use. Like the gears don't feel bad. It's a bit stiffer compared to the vintage tuners, but oh yeah, give them a good pull. 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 So what you do is give the strings a good pull. Play. It's out of tune, but da 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 da, and then give it a good tune up. So let's have a look. Right. D string. A little bit too much. That was G. That's A. Oh, there we go. There's B. Hey, we're getting there. Oh. Oh, we got... Oh, no. My E string pops off. Is that because it's too... the angle is too high up? I think it is. Yeah, it's the rake angle. I've got a problem with this. Yeah, right, okay. Minor adjustment. I guess I'm going to have to start using the string tree from now on. Oh, I've not used that for years. Okay. That might fix the problem. Right, I'll tackle that in a bit. It doesn't matter. Let's try everything else. A, D, G, B, E. Well, first of all, my action is way higher now. Feels like it's higher. What's the neck like? The neck is slightly bowed, but that's fine. That's how I have it. Oh, it needs a full setup now. But the whammy bar now. Hey, okay. Let's try this. So let's ignore that that pops out. Right. Right. So it's in two. There's a whammy bar. Now let's try it. In two, A. D is there. G. Okay, B's a little bit flat. E. Wow, I did all that whammy barring and it stayed in two. And this is all real time, so. Yeah, I don't like the act. I think it's because the strings don't have to. You don't wind the strings. They sit further up on the pieces, on the pole pieces, well, not pole pieces, whatever you want to call them, the tuning pieces. So first of all, the rake angle's less, so that's why this string is popping out like that. And I don't know. It just seems like the action feels higher to me. Was that because of the tuners? I don't know. But anyway, they're in tune. That's it. I think that's the quickest I've ever put strings on and tuned up a guitar. Flat on your back in the dark, the result. Yeah. Right, okay, so it needs a setup, but it's nice and clean. Before I set it up, which you're not gonna, I can just do that. So it floats already, kind of. So I want it to float, so when I pull back on the, it goes up a semitone. So there's a C, there's a B. So it's a C, so that. So it's already set up to float, that's good. I like that. But it's just the action needs setting up next. Okay, just a little bit lower, just a fraction. To be honest, right, dead frets. No, we're good? Good. Oh, there. So we've got the D string on the 20th fret. So that string needs to come up slightly. That should fix that. I mean, it's never bothered me. I noticed it recently, but I never really play up there. I'd have to be in like B flat. B flat minor for that to be a problem. And then, well, they're going to change. Right, so I need to do the string tree, change the rake angle. Anyway, now we need to hear if the electric modifications have worked. So if they've worked, that means all I have to do is give the guitar a setup and then just play it for a bit. I mean, it just sounds. New strings, the tune, it just sounds a bit fuller to me. Right, so let's get the amp on and let's see how it sounds. Right, so we've got my Strat into my pedal board, into the Boss Katana. The dry sound sounds like this on the neck pickup. So I'll just play lightly on the low E string. So let's try the tone control on the neck pickup. So that works. No cracks and bangs. The volume. There was cracks and bangs before, that's fixed. The jack lead. That's good. Because I'm left-handed, my arm always hits the jack lead, so it gets quite warm. Right, so middle pickup. Oh, that's for the neck, that's not going to work. Middle pickup tone. That works. Oh, there's a bit of, I don't know if you can hear it, there's a little bit of crackle. Might just need playing a bit more. Right, and then, oh, that works. So that's the neck. And the tone works. Yeah. Right then. Sounds nice if you roll back the tone a little bit. That's why I did it. Try try some compression. Low string's annoying. Right, let's try distortion. Roll back the tone. Tone off. Roll the tone. Roll it back. Right, okay, yeah, the action's I don't like that. Something's gone on with the action. Okay, I'll have to set that up. Let's try some phaser. Like that. So talking about the tuners, I mean, they look good. I mean, they're all vintage looking, and let's show you the back look. So they look good. I like them. I'm impressed. All the reviews I've read about the at least turning them. I mean, let's do this. I mean, no problems there. There's no slack in the gears or anything on these ones, so I'm happy. And then, once you tune it, it's good. I mean, that's the whammy bar being used very heavily, yeah? It still works. Oh, wait, don't get me, Mr. Gilmore. Bang. So these Guyker tuners, I mean, on the offset, look at them, they look really nice. I mean, they are budget, they are from Amazon, but they look vintage. Well, you saw, restringing the guitar took merely a few minutes. And then I've just had it in tune, we've played it, I've used the whammy bar quite a lot. Once it was in stabilized tuning, it's still in tune, it's really good. But yeah, so the reviews online I saw in the videos, they complained about the slack in the gearing. I can say on my set, There's no slack in any of this gearing. These are really good to tune up, and so I'm happy about that. The only drawbacks, and these are drawbacks for me, is because I'm playing the guitar upside down, is because the string doesn't wind down like a traditional piece, string tree. String tree, that's the name. I've been saying pole piece all this time. So the string tree, because the string doesn't wind down, the rake angle is shallower now, okay? So there's a high, I mean, that's what the string trees are for. But this is kind of my problem, not your problem. I mean, on your guitar, everything will be fine. But after fitting these lock-in tuners, I do have to do some setup on the guitar to get the action back to where I want it. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done. I don't know if it's to do with the tuners, but anyway, for me at least, I feel like there's a tone difference. Tone chasing. For me there is. I don't know, it might be a placebo effect, but the guitar feels really nice, and that's the whole point of these tuners, yeah? To make it feel nice. I don't know, it just feels better. In combination with the Callahan bridge, with the modifications with the pickups, the new tone control, the lock-in tuners, the whole package, I really like it. I just need to do a bit of a setup and something about this. But those drawbacks are personal, they're for me. On your guitar, whatever you're putting these tuners on, you might have different drawbacks, yeah? You have to overcome. But that's what we do. We make do with what we've got. And I like to play with stuff anyway, like guitars and mechanical things. So this has been fun for me. Anyway, so that's all I can say about the tuners. I really like them. They work. They keep in tune. Good price. So I'll put a link in the description, I think, in case you guys want some. Anyway, I guess once I've got this set up, this guitar, and it plays a lot better, I'll play a song to play you out. So until next time, thank you for watching, and bye-bye. you.